Nissan Stadium as these two teams square off for a chance to be the champion of the Music City Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Takes the handoff. It's Davison.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. It's a big TFL for the defense.
Caught over the middle. It's Barnes. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Might be calling a hot route. Moore will throw. Got it in the middle. It's Barnes. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that. Ball. It'll be a turnover. And they were channeling their inner Mike the Tiger. Don't you think Mike could get a big paw in there to swat that thing free the way the Bayou Bengals do?
Yeah, and when you're the secondary and you're flying up, great job understanding. The guy's already kind of slowing down a little bit, but where do I put my head? I put my head on the football, get my hand on the football. Those guys, those DBs from LSU really understanding that flying up, making the big play.
And the Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give out of the gun. He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They kick it away on 4th down. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. There he goes. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now as the whole playbook's open, the defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Got it behind the line. It's rolling. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
They'll ride the hot hand. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they got it up to the 47-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up the short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they forced a negative.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Unleashes one. Intercepted number 19. Trying to take it back. The 20. Touchdown Ducks. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How oftentimes can you say that there's a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
The returner will field it and try to do some business.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Release to the back. Finds his man. It's Durham. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, Beno, look out! There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Motion from the back. Hand off from the shotgun. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Quick completion on the out route. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play some.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Here comes the heat. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down. He tried to get it on his own. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. Lead, you got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
The Ducks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking for room. It's Hill. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Nowhere to go with it all, and down he goes at the 39.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Moore to the air. Lets it fly. Working on the right. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Red pass, it's complete. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Oregon. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and... Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The run from the shotgun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Keep it on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To the air, it's Hawkins. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Some really tough running there. Gets him to the 45-yard line.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Under fire. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Snagged in the end zone. Give them 6.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Durham. He'll throw it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hawkins. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Durham. Rushes on him. He'll try to do it himself. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Shoots it to the left. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Throws for the tight end. Got a man in the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
The throw. He's got the tight end. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now, you still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the first down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely.
It's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
You run a play that's conservative, and you're going to hand the football over, and you think nothing bad's going to happen. And, man, if he doesn't just cough it up, terrible timing. You get inside that 5-yard line ready to make a play, score some points, and instead the defense recovers the football.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Moore to the air. Back's looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! They get it into the end. Pay off that opportunity.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
Get set. Tune up.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. With the catch, it's Green. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Now on the move. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback will keep it. Gets away from 1. He's got space. Turning on the Jets. Inside the touchdown Tigers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You're powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Pulls it in on the left. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Moore will throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
The most frustrating thing I see in football is when teams give up and they quit and they wave the white flag. It drives me nuts. You're on the field. Your job is to stop them. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. It doesn't matter how much time is left. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. You never know what can happen. Maybe you get hot. Maybe you make an all-time comeback.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
The Ducks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late and running the ball on 3rd.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. The sweet feet buy a little time. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw, it's Hawkins. The screen, he can go. There he goes. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking it and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down the what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. To the air, it's Hawkins. throws for the tight end. And the defense getting a hand in there on third down.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll pull it down and run. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Defense falls on the... Going to be a turnover.
Man, that's crippling because offensively you had to do something with the football, make a play. You fumble the ball, put it on the turf. Defense recovers. With this deficit, ball game over.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. From the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. Back to pass. Oh, he wants it all. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped